about the moment, feel the rush from the butt jump. 20s in my loaded trunk, watch me make another hit. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. Watch me make another hit. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. Make another hit. Yeah, I'm tripping.
They watch as I fall on my face. Yeah, they thinking that's all that it takes. Yeah, they going, he's out of the race. Yeah, they counting me out, but wait. I may be down today, but tomorrow they all gonna say it's impossible. Somehow we found a way. It's hard to believe that they came from around the way. It's beating the odds. Said to the mayor, I'll be number one. Let's go. Me, I'm focused to beating the drums. It's psyching me up. I believe I have won before I begun. I'll make sure next time they're biting their tongues, holding their breath, and know I am the one to watch. All the dodge, all the hits that I took to become what I am is insane. Apart. So much pressure that calling it hard is an understatement. The scars are the proof it was deep, it was hard. I may be down today, but tomorrow I'll work, I'm trained even harder. Come valor the rain pour down on me. I will remain the last one standing. I aim everything in me at a task at hand. Got it on lock like Azkaban. Only the focus is laser, sharp like a razor. Fought through the Dow, was stuck in the drought, kept jumping around, kick up the dust, yell at the heavens, the rain falling down. My clothes are drenched, and some of the strength is hidden within me. I'm off the bench, success. Unbreakable. Let's go. How can they stop the unbreakable? Shake it off. Now you're not breaking. Yeah. Now you're not breaking. How can they stop the unbreakable? We're taking off. Now you're not breaking. Now you're not breaking. You're unbreakable. I am unbreakable. I am unstoppable. Yeah. I am unedible. Yeah.
I said go and line up. Whoever got next is fine with us. Line up. I said whoever got next is fine with us. I ain't gonna let that slide. Fly, huh? Me and stay wheels up, it's a ride off. Ain't no shortcut, heading to the top floors. Me and too smart to drop costs, and I got two fists, I'm a problem. Nuisance, who's with anybody not me? They losing, I'm proof that. Even when you down, keep it moving. The movement is never gonna stop, man. I do this. Go and line them up. That's fine with us. Come and line them up. 4, 5, fine with us. Go and line them up. Yeah, that's fine with us. 3, go and line them up. 4, 5, that's fine with us. Go and line up. I said go and line up. Yeah, it's fine with us. I said go and line up. Whoever got next is fine with us. Line up.
The game many believe will produce this year's Division IV state champion features two of the top three teams in the state, each seeking the program's first state title. As number 2, Cardinal Mooney takes on the third-ranked Perkins Pirates from sunny 717 Credit Union Park in Akron. Pre-game coverage from the state Final Four is all coming up next.
After high school, kept hitting my head on that proverbial glass ceiling because I didn't have a degree.
I started working right away and I really wanted to get into leadership, but I kept getting passed up because I didn't have the formal training they were looking for.
Through volunteering and substitute teaching, I discovered a real passion that I knew I wanted to pursue.
MVNU Online was really the perfect fit for me.
The coursework is separated into 6-week classes, and you know when everything is going to be due on day 1.
The MVNU online student portal is so easy. I can do my schoolwork in the evenings or even just pull it up on my phone when I'm in between tasks.
My degree from MVNU Online not only gave me the qualifications I needed, but more importantly, the confidence I was looking for.
It almost seemed like opportunities were coming to me as opposed to me having to search for them. My only regret is that I didn't look at MVNU Online sooner.
It was really the final piece for my career to take off.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
It's the Perkins Athletic Boosters pregame show, number 2 versus number 3, competing for a spot in the D4 title game. Perkins set to take on Cardinal Mooney in the state Final Four as we welcome you to fabulous 717 Credit Union Park here in sunny Akron. I'm Brian Skowronski, the great Chris Bleile with me today. Two of the most dangerous teams in the tournament, regardless of division, about to throw down here, Chris. And many might say this is a de facto D4 championship game. There's going to be a lot of talent on the field today.
Yeah, a lot of Division I talent in multiple sports on the field, and really looking forward to this. Perkins trying to maybe resurrect some demons from last year.
Got all the way to the state championship game, knocked off, as you recall, last year here in this stage. But first, we'll honor America. We'll tell you about both teams coming up here in just a moment. As our pregame coverage from Akron continues, we'll tell you about each team and how they've gotten to this stage, the Final Four for Cardinal Mooney. It's the first time ever they've got a quality pitching crew, and 14 times, Chris, this year they have held their opponents to either one run or none, so that's more than half of their games. Really tough independent schedule. The likes of Hoban, Watterson,
Yes.
Wayndell, Ursuline, Canton Central Catholic, so they've seen a lot of talented teams, and they beat a lot of them.
I think both teams, have pitchers galore that they can go to. Today, both teams are kind of turning it over. I mean, you have 1A and 1B when you have the pitching staffs that these two teams have. I think if you look here, you look at the scores there, one thing that Youngstown Cardinal Mooney has had to do, they've played tight games here during the tournament.
Good point.
Perkins, on the other hand, maybe not so much. They've outscored their opponents 17-0 in their first tournament games, and not to the regional finals where they really push. So it'll be interesting to see if the game's tight where that goes.
You talked about pitching. The starter today, Ben Oddis, also duplicates as a big first baseman. He's the program's all-time leader in wins and strikeouts. Oh, by the way, he's just a junior, so he's been doing a lot of great things so far. Watching him a bit in pregame, big arm, great size, a two-way monster, and tossed a 4-hit shutout in the regional semifinals against Norton, where he struck out 10. So you feel pretty confident when this kid's out there on the bump.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what can you ask for? Look at those numbers. Offensively, those are great numbers, but defensively, you feel like if you get 2 runs, you're probably going to win with him on the mound. .91 ERA, 39 strikeouts, 7-0. So certainly if they can play good defense behind them, they feel like they have a good shot.
Before the Pirates, they feel like this is a team that is destined for greatness. Second consecutive Final Four, returning all but one player as well from the state runner-up squad a season ago. And you just feel like they felt hungry coming into this season, Chris, really determined to get another shot at the gold. They did need extras, though, in that regional final that you saw. Outside of that game, they've really been in command over this 10-game win streak, minus the quote-unquote scrimmage that they had against Calvert last week.
Yeah, Cash was sailing along in the regional final game, was up 4-0, and then ran into some problems in the fourth inning where he gave up 5 runs, and that was the first time Perkins had to play from behind. But as good teams do, they came back, got the tying run in the 6th inning, and then won it in 8. They left a lot of guys on base the last 2 games, so 26 runners left on base the last 2 games.
If you're watching the Audiocast live, we'll now turn it over to that. On the delayed video broadcast, nothing changes for you. As we start things here in the top of the first offensively, Caden Reese with the first at-bat here for Mooney. Starting center fielder today.
And, a lot of people would say, hey, this is Talon Walton's spot in the rotation. But talking with Coach Blanton, he likes the way Cash mixes it up. He thinks Cardinal Mooney is a very good fastball hitting team. So he wants a guy who throws a whole different set of pitches.
And he's off to a nice start here. 0-2 count to the leadoff hitter, Caden Reese. Cash sets, fires a fastball, and he got just enough of that one to keep the at-bat going.
Reese hits at a .333 clip, but he leads the team in on-base percentage at .568, so gets on base over half the time.
Member of the junior class, a fabulously talented group of kids, puts this one in play. Hard hit ball. And it caroms right off of Braxton Martin and allows the first base runner to get aboard.
Yeah, that was a tough hop there. It hit right on the edge of the where the grass and the dirt infield come together, and Braxton got in front of it, took it off the chest, and just wasn't able to recover in time.
Fishley will go down as a hit, so a single for Caden Reese sets the table for Andrew Bushy, the shortstop.
And he is crowding the plate. Got both of those feet almost on the chalk. Really trying to take away the inside part of the plate for Cook.
Bushy, 33 hits so far on the year, takes ball 1 as Cash checks in over at first base on the speedy Caden Reese.
Neither of these two teams known for long ball, kind of station-to-station teams. Be tough to hit it out of here, though. I see it's 330 down the lines and 400 in straightaway center.
I've covered a ton of state games here. I've seen 1 home run, Chris, over the last 5-6 seasons, so they are a rarity. A lot of gappers, though. I've seen plenty of triples in this park.
Paying a lot of attention to Reese over at first.
High fastball up and out of the zone. 2-1 now the count.
If you're going to put something on, this would be a great spot to do it here early.
Cash again checking in over at first.
I think he'd be at the maximum amount of throwovers at the major league level. I think they give you 3.
Another heater too far up in the zone. Cash hasn't walked very many guys on the year percentage-wise compared to his 47 innings pitched, just 32, but there's his 33rd as it's now runners on first and second. A wonderful start here if you're a fan of Mooney.
Yeah, Cash, a 7-2 record, 1.44 ERA, pitched 53 in the third innings, giving up 29 hits and 32 walks with 65 strikeouts. So I guess the only thing you look at there, 29 hits and 32 walks. So 61, he averages allowing like a base runner per inning on base. So
what you like about him is he seems, when the moment gets bigger, to have better stuff. He locks in. He's a gamer. Saw it plenty of times last year during the tournament run and has turned up the Jets as well here in his senior campaign when the lights shine the brightest.
Now you're getting into some power-hitting dudes coming up here the next couple. This guy just looks like a ball player.
Johnny Brenner, big lefty, holds up on ball 1.
Get 2 of the first 3 in the lineup now for Cardinal Mooney hitting out of the left side. And you'll see that with the Pirates also.
Brenner with a 4.48 average, so a big hitter in your number 3 spot. And he hits this one a ton deep to center. It's right at Bryce Davey. He's under it for the catch. Both runners, though, advancing to second and third.
And that throw probably had no chance to get Reese at third. They may have had a chance at Bushy at second, but they went to the cutoff man, Talon Walton, and then both runners move up. So productive out there.
Just 1 down. Both runners in scoring position in our player spotlight. Ben Oddis stepping up. Big moment for him.
Well, especially when you're on the mound, what do they say? Help yourself. He'll be the pitcher of record here, so he's got an opportunity to put a couple runs across the plate here.
Good
Perkins,
contact.
I may be a little surprised, but they're playing that. I think they realize you don't want to fall behind in a state semifinal game, so that infield, almost all of them in on the grass.
Good looking off speed in there for strike 2.
I think they say the stats at the major league level are when you're batting against a drawn-in infield, you're about 100% better. If you're a 350 hitter, you're a 450 hitter if the infield's drawn in.
See if that's the case for Ben here. Cook, though, ahead in the count. Heater, and that's straight back into the net.
Not a flinch from our camera person out there.
She feels a lot safer here than at Thurman Munson, where the balls, they're coming at you with electric speed into that crowd. So out here, it's a bit more of a calming atmosphere, Chris. Not the case right now, though, for Cook. Runners on second and third. Off speed, and that's drilled. 1 will score. Mooney's going to send the other as it is bobbled in right field.
That ball was hit on such a line, I think they were going to hold the runner up at third. He had to make sure it got through. When I looked, he was actually going back to second base. So if that would have been fielded by Parker out there, I think we'd have had runners on the corners. Instead, 2-0 Mooney.
Dial up the replay for you right now. This is just a sharp piece of hitting, flaring it out to right field, but the big problem is Grant Parker. It took him 3 tries to end up picking up the ball. That's why they were able to send Bushy home. Initially, the coach down at third base told him to check up. Instead, after he saw the bobbled, sent him home, and it's quickly 2-0 with just 1 down.
Hard to say whether Sam Schweinfurt would have been able to get that if he was playing back regular second base. He's really shaded up the middle right now. So if he would have been playing Oddis that way, it still would have gone for a single.
2 RBI and Vince Gentile stepping up to the plate. Oddis taking his lead off of first. Quick start here for the Cardinals.
Well, and a good problem to have for Cardinal Mooney. Gentile's DHing. He's DHing for the catcher spot, which is Todd Jones. And Todd Jones hits at a 450 clip, but he's getting hit for here by the designated hitter, Gentile.
No easy outs up and down this Cardinal lineup. You could say the same about the Pirates as well. Plenty of offensive firepower as that one's left outside. Cook can't get him to chase. 1-2 now the count.
Perkins played from behind in a couple of their games. They've only been shut out once. That was against University School, 4-0. But they had a 2-1 game against St. Edwards and a 6-4 game against Oregon Cardinal Clay, where they had to play from behind.
Another well-hit ball bouncing through the middle. That'll go as a single again. 3 hits already for the Cardinals.
Well, and you look, their only out was a pretty loud out. It was hit pretty well to center field, which went for a sac fly.
So Cash Cook getting batted around a bit here. 3 hits, 2 runs given up. And the error out and right from Grant Parker has this already 2-0. Mooney threatening with Ryan Reese due up now, the second baseman. Cash has been able to get ahead so far, Chris, but it hasn't mattered much.
Yeah, he was up 0-2 on that last batter before that single. His last 2 fastballs have been in the lower 80s. That one popped the catcher's mitt at 81. I think Oddis brings it at like 85 or 86.
Reese pops this one. Called for, and the catch made by Quentin Bennett for the second out.
Yeah, that was in a position where kind of 1 of 3 people could have taken it, but Cook, a smart player, gives way to Bennett for the out. Be nice to get out of here with just this 2 runs, and then, Pirate fans answer with your bats.
Cook takes a peek over at second, sends the first pitch way outside, and it hops into the backstop Carter Cook. The Cook brothers will be hitting 3rd and 4th in the lineup.
Kind of been that way all year long. The only tinkering in the lineup for Perkins has been at the number 1 spot, where Bryce Davey actually struggled the first part of the year, was hitting in the low 200s, so he was batting in that 9th hole. But now leading off and got the average up to 284, and when Bryce gets on first, he is usually gone. He has got wheels galore out there.
Failed to mention Taco Veraco is up right now.
You got to say that name like as many times as you can.
Yeah, looking to bring some hot sauce or some salsa right now on his dish.
I see what you did there.
1-1 straight back.
And it left the park here. 717 Credit Union Park. It'd be out onto Center Street, or is that Main Street?
Center, Exchange.
Main, yeah.
Main. Don't exactly know where we're at here inside the ballpark, Chris. Check swing. This one flared over into the Cardinal dugout. Fifth pitch of the at-bat coming up from Cook. He's thrown 22 pitches so far, most of them for strikes. And this
flared.
one, yeah, to center, in between. Another run is going to score. The throw to third is a good one, but safe.
Just a little high, and Martin couldn't get the tag down. Aggressive running there, but that's, when you're up 2-0, 3, he saw the run coming in, you can be aggressive. So that'd be, I guess, a single, and he went to second on the throw to third. And you need to slap my wrist right now. I didn't listen to the rules of the play-by-player to let the play-by-player do the call. I think I said it was flared into right.
We can switch headsets if you want, Chris.
No, like you do. But I know better than that.
Just reviewing the rules of commentary right
Yes.
before today's game.
Yes, I am.
But how about this start? Veraco with an RBI hit. And already we're to the 8-hitter Ford Stacy starting first baseman. And another decent hitter. He's driven in 13 runs so far on the year and 2 in scoring position now.
Back-to-back names that kind of would make my all-name team, Taco Veraco and Ford Stacy.
They've got some fun names. I'm looking all the way down the lineup.
I believe Stacy Ford is a designer men's shoe, by the way, but this is Ford Stacy.
Swings through that. 1-2 now. The count on Ford.
This is a really, really big spot for Cash Cook. You do not want to fall behind 5 runs.
Pirates have been playing in front throughout this tournament journey. This will be a different type of game for them. Looking to alleviate the damage as Cook sends in the 2-2. Just missed.
Oh, and sometimes, too, depending on the part of the state you come out of, that part of the state could be weak. I remember Perkins having to go through Akron, Hoban to get to a state tournament. They were in the same regional together, so the level of competition from region to region can certainly vary.
Misses 2 in a row, and that will load up the bases. Second walk issued by Cook. Luke Culler, the 9-hitter, due up next.
Well, I think if you're Coach Blanton over there, I mean, at this point, you're going to stick with Cook because you're going to hope your bats can get you a whole bunch of runs, and then you have Talon Walton to go. And I don't think you want to use him in relief here this early because Cook's already used enough pitches that he won't be available to pitch tomorrow.
34 and counting now for Cash. So that's outside the zone as well. Potential for a disastrous inning here for the Pirates with the bases chucked, already down by 3.
Yeah, nowhere to put him. He's got to bring a fastball. Go with whatever pitch he feels best that he can spot there over the zone.
313 average at the 9 spot. Looking to rotate back up to the leadoff man. Off speed. Caught a portion of the zone. Cook's put 2 strikes on most hitters thus far.
See what he goes to here to try and do away the 9-hole hitter.
Fastball blew it by him. The only strikeout of the frame. Plenty of damage, though, from Mooney. So they put a 3-pack of runs up on the board. But for Cash, pitching his way out of trouble might just get him going moving forward, as we will take you back between the bases. Presented by the Perkins Athletic Booster Club. Shout out to everybody with the athletic boosters for the Pirates, maintaining excellence for all sports. We told you about Mooney, how they've gotten to this point in the season. Great independent schedule. Also, the Pirates winning their league yet again in big-time fashion. And you already mentioned Talon Walton, who you might have to go to today because this kid recently named just yesterday the D4 Player of the Year, and he is a true two-way just dynamo, a kid that has grown a lot since his freshman year. You look at the average, it's crazy. He's a power hitter, also great speed on the pass with the 34 runs. But pitching, I think, is probably the best thing that he brings to this team, and a 1.02 ERA. That's quality for any pitcher.
And if you're a college coach watching right now, he's still
needs a
unsigned. I know he has a couple opportunities, but I believe he's trying to get to his dream of playing at the next level, maybe D1. And if there's some college coaches watching out there, he certainly has the ability to play at that level. Perkins has put a lot of players in the major leagues over the last 25 years. Bowling Green State head coach. He played for the Perkins Pirates, was a 2010 graduate. Brian Bixler, who played for our favorite announcer's team, Mr. Travis's team, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Bixler was a pick and played for the Pirates, and they just have had it rolling at Perkins on the baseball side of things. But it's really been, you look at what Perkins has done athletically. That tough loss to Gallion in football this year, which I think was a regional semifinal. Their wrestling team finishes 3rd in the state of Ohio. Their basketball team loses in the state championship under a first-year head coach. And now the baseball team here in the state semifinals.
They've got some athletes coming through the program right now.
They do, and the football team next year will be fantastic also. A lot of the guys you're going to see here will be all Ohio football players. I look at the left side of their outfield, Dante Ship in left field, Bryce Davey in right field. Both of those guys are big-time football prospects. Bryce just picked up an offer from the University of Indianapolis last week, which is one of the better D2 teams in the country.
And he will lead things off for Perkins, facing Ben Oddis, the starter on the bump today for Mooney.
Well, getting to see Oddis there, he came down a little sidearm on that first pitch.
70 miles per hour. Yeah, he's got interesting mechanics, and again, some off speed, and that's leveled foul over the Pirates dugout. 0-2 is the count here to Bryce Davey.
One thing I noticed, he hides the ball well, so I wonder how these Perkins batters will pick the ball up. Yet to throw a fastball. That one a little more over top. The first one definitely sidearm.
Davey's a .279 hitter, looking for his 25th hit, and the lefty backs out of the way. Nearly hit him.
Well, if you're going to get hit, make it be one of them 62-mile-per-hour changeups. That actually 74, however.
Oddis showcasing a lot of junk already here in his first 4 pitches. Another went to that different level with the ball exchange. So that bounces off of the top here of a media center and into a Perkins fan's hand.
Give you the Cardinal Mooney defense here after this batter.
Inside, and again, Davey backs out of the way to load up the count.
Well, you get Davey on, and what he does is becomes a menace to the pitcher. We kind of saw that with Reese getting on to open the game.
Low in the zone, and he will work a walk on 6 pitches.
Bryce scored 14 more runs than anybody else for Perkins this year. He's got 39 runs, 24 stolen bases on the season.
And now he's got the State Player of the Year stepping up to the dish. Powerful righty, Talon Walton. He's got supreme speed as well. First pitch outside.
Still waiting for it to register up there on the, that one registered at 69. Even his toss over to first base was sidearm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how quickly Perkins picks up on the mechanics. Oddis again. That one hits just right of home plate. So starting to find some command issues. 4 straight balls. Walton swings, double hopper, and the exchange is lost over at third base. Taco Veraco could not get it out of his mitt cleanly, and it'll be runners now on first and second.
He would probably go as an error and a fielder's choice. I would assume he kind of fielded it well. It was on the exchange, and he would have been able to get the lead runner. It was hit hard, but still was a nice play there by Veraco.
Officially will be an error. Bringing us now to Carter Cook with 2 aboard.
Well, and both teams put their first 2 runners on here to lead off the game.
Carter, a 2-year starter at catcher, sitting about 350 so far on the year.
That means he'll be a 4-year starter, being that he's just a sophomore. Pretty cool getting to catch your brother in a state semifinal, huh?
We'll get a mound conversation.
Give you that Cardinal Mooney defense. Luke Collar in left, Caden Reese in center, Johnny Brenner in right. Infield third to first, Taco Veraco at third, Andrew Bushy at short, Ryan Reese at second, Ford Stacy at first, and a battery of Todd Jones behind the plate, and Ben Oddis on the mound.
Two-0 count. Cook holds off on that one. Bit of nerve setting in here for the Cardinal.
I thought Cash was a little nervous in his first inning, and Ben looks the same way. That one not even close.
Bases loaded with no outs. Perkins hasn't developed any runs yet, but this is a nice response, and you saw them in the regional final. It was a problem for them with the bases loaded to bring in some runs.
Yeah, in the regional final game, went 8 innings. They left the bases loaded 4 times, so that's 12. And then in the other 4 innings, they left 4 more runners on for a total of 16. And then in the regional semifinal, they left 10 on. And as what happens lots of times when you can't throw strikes, the umpire's not going to give you anything close. You know, he's not going to bail you out. That one was close, but again, not going to get that call. That one looks like it was fouled off and caught the catcher.
This is Cash Cook trying to help his own cause. 338 hitter. Trying to find his 28th hit of the season.
Surprisingly, Cash, only 16 RBIs on the season, but it seems like during the regular season, Davey would get on base all the time. He'd end up on third while Walton was still batting, and Walton would get the RBIs and knock him in. So Umpire really giving Jones, the catcher, a lot of time here.
Even had a visit from Eddie Reese, fifth-year coach out of the College of Worcester. This by far the most successful season he's enjoyed so far. 72-49 overall record. Trying to break through. First state Final Four appearance for the Cardinals. And it started off great with a flurry of runs. Now they're in danger of having the Pirates get right back in it.
Yeah, tying run on base here in just the first inning.
It's going to be a three-hopper long play for Oddis to make one on the board. It'll be a productive out.
Once that got past Oddis, I think Oddis, had he fielded it, I think he might have been able to toss it home, but, you risk. There you go, good replay. Since it got past him, the only play was to first base, and it's a good out there by Cash Cook. He moves both runners up and gets a run.
No hits yet for the Pirates. They're on the board with just one away. Two runners in position. Schweinfurth hits it at the shortstop, and it's misplay. That'll be the second error.
Yes, it is.
Bushy couldn't make it, and now all of a sudden it's a one-run game.
Well, and you wonder, he had to go to the backhand to that. As he's looking, Walton's running down third base, and he's thinking to myself, what's my play here? He's deep in the hole. It would have been close even to get Schweinfurth at first. They haven't ruled hit or an error yet.
Certainly from the look of our replay, it feels as though there was a play to be made there by Andrew Bushy as we get a mound visit. Trying to settle things down.
Well, that's almost the Pirates going from the outhouse to the penthouse here in the bottom of the inning number one.
As you see the replay for the second time, tries for the backhand. A lot of speed getting in safely for Sam Schweinfurth.
Yeah, Sam, one of those guys, going to have a ton of letters when he leaves here, Perkins, next year. I think asked his dad. He's going to Cincinnati, I thought he said. But three-point shooter on the basketball team, quarterback on the football team, second baseman, shortstop here on the baseball team.
I think that's what's led to a lot of the success for the Pirates is all these crossover athletes. Once you experience that championship type of mojo, you want to carry it over, and certainly they've been able to do that for these last few years. Braxton Martin hitting about 300 so far on the year. He's next up to face Oddis, who a little shaky. He's had such a great start to his season.
Shaky. You'll only hear it on the audio cast, but when you watch this back tape delay, he just tried a pickoff play, and he threw it to the shortstop. Nobody was covering second base, and he threw it to the shortstop. But it just kind of tells you his nerves. I think he thought, if I don't throw it, it's going to be a balk, and that wouldn't be true. But nobody covered, and he threw it to the shortstop.
Big kick, deals way outside. Nice play by the backstop Jones to reach out for it.
He is really struggling to find home plate right now. And this bottom half of the lineup in the regional final, Bennett, Ship, and Parker were 2 for 2 each their first two plate appearances. So even though they bat in the high 200s, Parker at 302, they are just as dangerous as that top of the lineup.
He's ahead on a batter for the first time. 1-2 to the third base, Martin. Off speed, outside again.
Braxton actually delivered the game-winning sac fly in the regional final in the 8th inning when he drove home Carter Cook.
Check swing held up.
I always wondered. I mean, you see in Major League Baseball, you see players yell. I'm watching the Mooney bench as the first base umpire said no swing there, and I was seeing how the high school kids would react.
Fastball taken right at the second baseman. Excellent play made in the field. Both runners have to retreat.
Yeah, Ryan Reese, he was positioned perfectly, and it wasn't hit that hard. Wasn't hit like a couple of the other balls this inning, so I think both runners, good job there on the fundamentals, making sure the ball got through before they left that bag too soon. Both were able to get back.
Registers the second out with the first baseman, Bennett, stepping into the batter box.
Bennett had 4 hits in the regional final game. 3 singles and a double.
Opportunity to add to his RBI total on the year. Just 5 of them here near the bottom of the order. Number 7 spot today. Runners both taking off. The throw outside. It's down to third base, and it's into the outfield. Perkins will tie up the ball game.
And, just right now, the defense kind of, Oddis not finding the strike zone and the defense letting him down. I assume we go back, we look at the scoreboard now, and so they did rule that ball hit to the shortstop a couple batters ago a hit. Because that right there would be the second error, as they have it marked up there.
So the Pirates with a fabulous response. Bennett in play. The throw off target, and all of a sudden, it's Perkins in front.
And throw over there, and unable to make that catch, is having to elevate, drops the ball in a collision with Bennett as they come together. And Bennett won that collision as the first baseman, Ford Stacy, went down hard. And I think after Bennett hit him, he wanted to walk off the bag and help him up. He did the right thing and stayed on base. And now I think Coach Reese is out. Coach Reese is out questioning whether there was, they might review that in the NBA. But
we're going to upgrade that to a flagrant. I just saw it, Chris. I'll run it back for you one more time. I mean, football season right around the corner. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was in his way, but he kind of let that left arm pushed out there, and now the umpire's coming together to talk about it. But if it's not changed, and they're going to stay with that call, so the Pirates have the lead now 4-3. If you thought you were going to get out of here in like an hour and 40-minute pitching duel, you might want to reconsider.
7 runs already put up in this first inning. Bennett on board at first. Dante Ship, the left fielder, his first at-bat today. Puts that one almost over into our suite. Just top the netting.
Goes off the OHSA umpire suite next to us.
Shout out to the umpires sharing some of their food with us yesterday.
Very nice.
So we get the 0-1.
Dante Ship transferred from Sandusky after fall last year. His father was an absolute beast of an athlete. And Dante, he will be a Division I football player next year.
Hard hit ball at the shortstop. It's lobbed by Bushy. And stepping on the base is Ryan Reese to finally end the threat. The first inning takes 37 minutes, Chris. 4-3 the count as we head to the top of the second. here in the Rubber City, the Goodyear Bloom overhead for this Division IV state semifinal game. 4-3 the count. We've only played one inning so far, so a lot of exciting baseball still to come. The Pirates and Cash Cook, who regains the hill, fall behind by 3, and beautiful response right there. Only one hit, but capitalizing on mistakes. When you sense that there's a bit of shakiness, some nerve setting in on the opposing pitcher, thought Perkins played it perfectly, let him kind of bury himself, a couple of walks, and 3 errors. A lot of miscues out there for Mooney.
It was really 2 different half innings. Cardinal Mooney really hit the ball. Cook threw a lot of strikes in that first inning. It was just the opposite for Ben Oddis. He did not throw a lot of strikes. Perkins, took him deep into the count and worked a ton of walks.
Out to center field, underneath it for the catch, and the first out is Bryce Davey.
And I guess if you were wondering how big a game this is today, Goodyear blimp here for it. Not really, but
of course it is. Checking in on the ballpark here at 717 Credit Union, the artist formerly known as Canal Park. It was Caden Reese who led off, the leadoff hitter to begin the game as well. And now Andrew Bushy takes a look at strike 1.
Yeah, he walked the first time up, would come around to score.
Drills this one right field. Fair. It is down the line. Perfect precision. Grant Parker couldn't get to it in time, and we have got a stand-up triple.
That got down, got all the way to the wall there in the corner. It looked like he picked it up okay, got it back into Sam, and Sam, instead of trying to throw it and maybe airmailing it, he just allowed the runner there in at third with the stand-up triple.
This is drilled right near the chalk.
Yes.
That's about 25 feet shy of making it to the wall as well. So a big-time hit for Bushy. Setting the table now for Johnny Brenner. And Brenner swinging at the first pitch. He'll drive in a run. We are all even at 4. The offense keeps rolling on both sides.
Well, maybe that's one thing Coach Reese said to his team. He said, listen, first time through the lineup, Cash is out there throwing strikes. Let's try to get on him early and not let him get ahead in the count.
RBI single for Johnny Brenner.
He's had 2 good at-bats. When he came up to bat in that first inning, he hit that deep sack fly to Bryce Davey in center field.
Offensive explosion here in Akron to start. Sometimes you wonder about these 10 a.m. games. How are teams going to be prepared at this early of the day when the sun's still finding its way up to the peak? But hasn't been a problem here so far, Chris.
Well, and I meant to ask Perkins Pirates head coach T.J. Blanton. I'm assuming they came up this morning, but I could be wrong. I'm sure the plan is to stay overnight tonight would be my guess, but I don't know. These, like you said, with the 10 a.m. games, maybe you let the kids go home and sleep in their own bed. Maybe that's what they did last night. I mean, pretty centrally located for these two teams. Probably, a little over an hour and 15 minutes for both schools.
Popped up to the fans just beyond the Mooney dugout here for Ben Oddis. Making the count now 2-1. Ben with a 2 RBI single. His only at-bat so far.
Gentile waits on deck. And
we've got a call to the dugout.
Yeah, the bullpen way out there in right field. Somebody was running out there. I don't know if it's an extra pitching coach, but somebody warming in the Cardinal Mooney bullpen.
Cook bounces it in.
With 1 out, you don't want to give him the free pass here, but certainly being the cleanup hitter. No home runs on the season for Oddis.
Brenner over on first. And this will splash back over here again in the umpire suite. They're in the danger zone today, but they're accustomed to being
So I'm
around
curious,
that.
at the state championship here, the state tournament, do they allow the balls in the stands to stay as a souvenir? At the regional finals at Bowling Green State University, you return the balls.
That's the case here today as a walk is issued by Cash.
Because if one comes up here, I might just take off for Center Street and, leave with my ball. And if they come up here into Suite 210 and say, hey, where's that foul ball? You could just say, I don't know. I've been doing this game by myself.
Well, maybe I shouldn't say this on the air, but one came up here yesterday that we did take home. So we have a souvenir from Akron. As Oddis is now on first, Brenner moves over to second, and we'll see Gentile, the DH. Second look at Cash in as many innings. Way upstairs. Nice catch by Carter behind the dish.
These numbers for Gentile are incredible. 462. Didn't have as many at-bats as some of the others.
And that will sneak by the first baseman. Bennett couldn't make the play, and Mooney regains the upper hand.
It would have been a close play. Cook was over there covering. But again, I'm going to guess they're going to rule that an error. And another multi-run inning here for Cardinal Mooney.
Slow this down pretty good. Take a look at exactly what just happened.
And it went to the backhand and just never saw it into the glove.
It is going to be the second error now on the Pirates. Runners on the corners.
I've seen regular season games start like this, but I can't say I've witnessed maybe a state tournament game where outs are just so hard to get right now.
Very high-scoring affair in this state semifinal. We'll jump into our keys to victory before the bottom half of this frame. But a little foreshadowing to let you guys know, Chris felt like maybe shaking off some nerves would be a good idea for the Cardinals, and a little shaky defensively, but on this side of the equation, it's been great.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they come back that next inning. But I definitely thought, having an athletic program like Cardinal Mooney does and putting out D1 athletes all over the place, I was surprised to see that this was their first ever state Final Four appearance. Whereas Perkins has 12 or 13 kids on that roster that were down here last year that played in 2 games before eventually losing in the state title game 3-2.
They're now down by 1 here in the semifinal. 2-2 the count on Ryan Reese, and Veraco standing on deck fresh off an RBI hit.
I see he steps off the mound. I see half a dozen of the Edison Charger baseball team here in attendance. They were winners of the Bay Division in the SBC. They're here cheering on fellow Sandusky Bay Conference member Perkins, who will be actually this either today or tomorrow. That one popped up foul down the line. I was going to say either today or tomorrow will be basically the final athletic contest in the SBC as we knew it, because the small schools will remain the SBC next year. What was the River Division, Sandusky St. Mary's, Danbury, some of those schools, and Perkins, Edison, some of the old NOL schools now move into what's called the NOC, the Northern Ohio Conference, which starts next year.
A lot of shakeup coming around North Central Ohio in terms of conferences. The Northern 10 will absorb some of those teams as well. They're going to jump up to, I think, 16 or 18 total. Popped up, again, out of play. And this at-bat continues. The pitch count rising for Cash. He's getting near 60 already.
And Cash, the guy that would pitch for Cash would be the third baseman, Braxton Martin. He's your third pitcher. When they played Calvert the other night, Perkins' fourth pitcher, the freshman Cummings was the pitcher. But Martin would be the guy who I'm sure at this point would spell Cash Cook. And he really wanted that one, didn't get the call.
Cash not afraid to show his emotion out there, and on the bump in a tough spot, he just got out of a bases-loaded jam to shut down the top half of the first. Try to do it again here after issuing a walk to Ryan Reese. But Taco Veracco swinging a hot bat, over 350 now on the year with an RBI hit in the first.
I wonder if he has a meal named after him at like his favorite Mexican restaurant in,
With the NIL, if you're not looking this kid up in Youngstown, you're not doing it right at a Mexican joint.
Right, the Veracco Taco. Sure, that's
too perfect.
Yeah, it is. This, I think the state track meet was last week, but this right now looking like a track meet with 9 runs here and basically only 7 outs so far in the game recorded.
It's a hitter's count as well. That is a towering ball that lands into the bleachers just beyond the Perkins dugout.
Well, you can tell you have to give them back because nobody was hustling to get that ball. They're like, why spend my time to go get it when an usher's going to come ask me for it?
A lot of good Samaritans out there. Looks like plenty of kids making the run to try to help out. As the 2-1 is sent deep, Davies there. Got the catch. The tag up from Ben Oddis will bring him home. So the lead extends now 6-4, 2 away now in this second inning.
Oh, that ball was hit on a line. And Davey, I think that's his third putout already. He's been busy out there.
Veracco drives in another run.
But I think, if you're a coach and you look going, okay, here's my seven guy in the lineup, that's a productive out. I mean, he gets the run home.
First pitch, and this is popped up. Grant Parker out of right field charges in to make the catch. More damage done. 3 runs put up in the first and second innings now for Mooney. So keep it with you guys here. We'll dive back in between the bases thanks to our friends at the Perkins Athletic Booster Club. It is now 6-4 the count, and Chris and I going to share with you how we thought this game was going to play out and what would be the big advantage for each team. We'll begin with the Pirates, and at this big part, I thought the gaps were going to be really special. They've got a lot of team speed out there, Chris, so if they can just find those, I think the offense is going to keep coming, and especially if they get some runners aboard.
Yeah, so far it's been just the opposite, as Mooney's been the one who's found the gaps, and Perkins has taken away used the wild pitching from Oddis to get their runs. But I think you're right. There's so much speed out there for Perkins. If they can get the ball hit hard and hit in the gap, they'll be running forever. I said they've got to hit with runners in scoring position, and I think you go back to 26 runners left on base, and basically the last 15 innings, that's an average of almost 2 runners an inning. So I think they just need to hit with runners in scoring position, and with Oddis again, though, it's just make them work. We found that he's struggled finding home plate, at least in that first inning, and as Cash Cook didn't struggle to find, Cash just put him and let his defense do the work behind him, but they hit him where they weren't, and it's been the opposite here with Oddis. He needs to try and lock into that strike zone.
Yeah, we'll see if he can shake the nerves here in the second inning. As far as the energy is concerned, you like it basically outside of what's been going on the hill thus far for Cardinal. Mooney, offensively, certainly I like the mood of the dugout, and it seems like everything on that end is going well. They just got to get someone to step up here with some confidence on the hill, as Oddis has done all year basically until today.
Yeah, I think both of these head coaches, Coach Reese and Coach Blanton, they're going to keep their guys at an all-time high in this game. Both of these teams, if they make an error, they've got the biggest support system behind them. Their coaches and their teammates will really help pick them up. So we'll see what Oddis sitting in the dugout in that inning. See what he comes back with here. He's been all around the plate, but again, just hasn't thrown enough strikes that he's going to get the close call, and that was outside for ball 1.
And this is the 9-hitter in the order, Grant Parker. Pirates nearly getting through the entire lineup up and down in that first inning. And a 2-0 count. This has been familiar space so far for Perkins hitters as he swings away down the right field line and off the net.
Yeah, 3 guys gave chase there. Brenner, Reese, and second baseman. Caden Reese in center and Ryan Reese at second base, but it kind of fell right between all 3 of them. I should mention Grant Parker's brother will be a starter on this team. A phenomenal football player. Will be going down to Athens to play at Ohio University next year, but not in uniform due to injury.
Hits this one. One hopper to the third baseman for the first out.
Good job by Veraco there, as a couple times in that first inning ground balls hit the infielders, airmailed the first baseman Ford Stacy, but that time he got a great hop. It was hit basically about shoulder height to him, so he was able to field it right around the chest and fire it across for the out.
The put out from Taco leads us to the top of the order again for the Pirates. And the lefty Bryce Davey, who walked to start things off offensively, back in there and takes ball 1.
Davey, just a phenomenal athlete, will play wide receiver and a cornerback position for the baseball team. Really good basketball player also.
A wealth of talent in his junior class, the seniors as well, the leaders, getting them back here onto the big stage as this will pale into foul grounds.
Hit it pretty well, made the little party area out there.
There's a few fun areas out here. They've got the Tiki Terrace over in right field at Canal Park.
I see that now.
A couple of clubs that you can hang out. Does that look like a fastball? And that's driven back as well.
That one, you can tell it's unbreakable glass because that hit the suite at pretty good speed.
That one as well, pretty much deja vu.
He's just tattooing the suite level here right now as Davey.
Checking out they say it's tempered glass. They're finding out over these last couple of pitches. Here's the 6th of the at-bat, and Davies this time hits it pretty well into right field, but right at the fielder for the catch.
Yeah, Johnny Brenner had him played perfectly. Good at bat there for Davey. And I kind of get the impression that that Oddis hasn't found an out pitch. He gets guys with 2 strikes. He hasn't been able to put anybody away. And you wonder how that will play on as the game moves along here. I believe, though, the top half of inning number 2 started with the first guy getting out. So here for the Pirates, though, they'll have to go with a 2-out rally.
Walton waits on it, lifts this one. It's going to be called for by 2 men, but eventually ends up in the mitt of Reese. 3 up, 3 down for the Pirates after scoring 4 to start off the day. It'll be the Cardinals trying to continue their offensive output. Top 3 on the way.
MVU Online was really the perfect fit for me.
The coursework is separated into 6-week classes, and you know when everything is going to be due on day 1.
I can do my schoolwork in the evenings or even just pull it up on my phone when I'm in between tasks.
My degree from MVU Online not only gave me the qualifications I needed, but more importantly, the confidence I was looking for.
My only regret is that I didn't look at MVU Online sooner.
MVU Online was really the perfect fit for me.
The coursework is separated into 6-week classes, and you know when everything is going to be due on day 1.
I can do my schoolwork in the evenings or even just pull it up on my phone when I'm in between tasks.
My degree from MVU Online not only gave me the qualifications I needed, but more importantly, the confidence I was looking for.
My only regret is that I didn't look at MVU Online sooner.
We've played 2 innings. It's been 3 runs in each so far for Mooney, and here it is, a leadoff single. Setting the stage yet again, Luke Culler at the bottom of the lineup producing.
Yeah, good at bat there for Luke. Took that 81-mile-an-hour fastball and served it down the left field line. Good job by Dante Ship. And I was talking about Dante. It's his first year back at Perkins. He started at Perkins, transferred to Sandusky, now back at Perkins. And interesting article in the Sandusky Register this week when they were asking about his contributions to Perkins baseball. Coach Blanton was saying this could be his final game because there's a very good shot he'll be an early enrollee in college next year for football. So, they're not taking anything for granted, even though he's a junior. Perkins had their center fielder 2 years ago, Braylon Collier, who was an early enrollee, and he went to Michigan State University. So Ship's certainly kind of following in that path. I don't believe he's declared a college as of yet, though.
It's a leadoff hitter, Caden Reese. 2-1 count now on him.
Give Oddis a lot of credit for that second inning. He really struggled to find home plate.
Just popped out left field. Here is Ship, and he's got the catch for out one.
Yeah, I was going to say, struggled to find home plate. Gave up those after being spotted a 3-run lead. Gives up 4. But you know what they say aces do, when your team spots you to a lead, they come back and get 3 more in the top of the second. He then gets a 1-2-3 bottom half of inning number 2. So doing what an ace does,
The lefty, Andrew Bushy, takes strike 1 down the pipe here from Cash Cook.
Bushy's having a nice day here. Walked in the first and scored and then tripled. He's the one who chased Parker all the way down into the corner there in inning number 2.
Cook's pitch count over 70 already. As the runner takes off, the throw is great from Carter, and the tag is in.
What a throw there by Carter Cook. I didn't think he had a chance at getting him when I saw the jump, but no argument there as Walton comes in and applies the tag. Well, that's a weapon when you can cut down runners like that.
Certainly give plenty of credit as well to Walton getting into the position he did. And here is Talon. Oh, really tough ball. It just like dents right there in the grass.
A little Texas leaguer, kind of a bloop, and they were with 2 outs and nobody on. They were playing back, and that ball fell. and just died on the grass. He wasn't able then to scoop it up, so to go infield single and to bring Brenner up. Brenner with a nice RBI single on the first pitch in his last at bat, hit it down the right field line, and now they're kind of moving over. There's a big gap in right center out there right now.
Be strike one into Johnny. 8 total hits now collected for Cardinal Mooney.
Boy, look at that. Just one hit for the Pirates so far.
Cash blew it by him.
See what he goes to here with an 0-2 count. See what his put-out pitch is.
Ben Oddis standing on deck. Had 2 RBI single walked last time up. And here's Cash ahead with the 0-2 runner. Takes off. And again, Carter throws. Walton didn't get him this time, but it was close.
Yeah, umpire waited there till the last second, and it looked like got the hand in. Good slide there by the runner.
Another dot with the throw as well. Walton applies the tag. Slightly better jump than we saw the last touchdown there over before second.
Well, and again, you're 1 strike away here. You wonder if maybe with that 2 strikes, if he forgot about the base runner over there on first. But still, you're just 1 strike away from getting out of this. And when you've given up crooked numbers in the first 2 innings, a goose egg on the board will have to help your confidence.
2 consecutive pitches outside the zone now. As Cash sends. Ooh, didn't get the call there either.
Yeah, look close. Outside corner, though. Didn't see any argument from the Pirates dugout.
Brenner standing straight up and down with his posture with the payoff pitch and backs out of the way. He'll head over to first.
Boy, both starting pitchers have had, good opportunities at the plate to help their own cause. Oddis, he's officially 1 for 1. RBI. And when you're the cleanup hitter and you're batting for the 3rd time in 3 innings, your offense is clicking.
5 walks issued already for Cash Cook. So he sets from the hill, takes a peek over at second, and stalls out before starting this at bat against Oddis.
I think looking down at the crowd here, I think maybe the regional final game, again, when it's a 5 o'clock game.
Oh, a hard hit ball. And that was trouble.
Yeah, Braxton Martin got to him on 2 hops, got the mitt down, and I actually think he went from his mitt to his lower leg, and then just trying to pick it up because he was going to scamper over to third base, maybe even bear crawl over there as he was down on his knees and wasn't able to get to it. So that leaves him loaded now.
Looked very similar to Grant Parker in the first inning where he tried to regain possession of the ball. But this has been a familiar area so far for Cash Cook. He's done well with the bases loaded. Does just need the 1 out. And he starts this one outside to Gentile.
Vince hit it down at the first baseman with the bases loaded his last at bat in the 2nd inning. And Quentin Bennett wasn't able to handle it, and that brought a run in.
Nice bounce back pitch here for Cook.
Mooney fans thought it was a little low. Pirates fans thought it was right down Broadway.
Another hard hit one at Martin, and it hits him in the chest. The throw to first. How about the stretch for Bennett? They say he's safe.
Great stretch. I think that was almost simultaneous, but I do think that was the right call. And again, that's why they call it the hot corner, Brian. He's got to feel like he's got a bullseye on his chest now, just pegging balls down the third base line. And Braxton Martin did everything he good there. Took a high call in the chest. He kept it in front, got to it at the time, and I think when he first got it, he was thinking again, I'm going to run to the bag. But that one, his only play was at first. And just beating it out down the bag, or down the line, was Gentile.
So he's aboard on first. The bases remain loaded. Oddis over on second.
I can't think that'd be anything but a hit, especially with the bounce, although I'm not sure. Again, I think they started the inning with 8 hits, and they only have 9 up on the board right now.
Can confirm officially they're suggesting an error.
Ooh, that's a tough error out there. I mean, that ball, I don't think it ever got to the mitt because the hop went right into the chest.
That's at least what's being shown right now on the big board out in left field. Off speed, left up in the attic.
Well, and again, no place to put him right now. Bases loaded. 2 balls and a strike, and the last thing you want to do is go to 3-1. And he did. Fastball outside, 3 balls and a strike.
Reese worked a walk last time we saw him just an inning ago, and pretty much everybody has had an at-bat per inning as it's nubbed out to Walton. The throw to second is there, and that will shut down the top half of the third. Another run put on the board for the Cardinals. See if the Pirates can match, get some offensive weaponry going when we come back for the bottom. It's now officially 7-4. 2.5 innings here in the books. State Final Four, second time in a row the Pirates have got here. 4 state appearance overall, the runners-up a season ago. And a team that had just 1 hit so far today, has produced 4 runs, did have a lead at the bottom of the first. But Mooney and their loaded offense, they've continued to chip away and now have a 3-run lead. I'm Brian Skowronski, Chris Bleile here with me on the call. Got a feeling that the run support, it's going to keep coming for both of these teams.
Yeah,
Feels like we're in line for a shootout.
I don't think 7's enough runs to win this one here. It might take a touchdown and a field goal to win it here today, as Perkins, they hit all the way around the lineup. But give Oddis credit. He's set down his last 4 Perkins Pirates and got him 1, 2, 3 in that bottom half of inning number 2.
The first pitch outside the zone, though, to Carter Cook. Catcher walked his first time up today. Looks at strike 1.
Good. You got, middle of the order here, 3, 4, 5 for the Pirates here in the bottom half of inning number 3.
And some control issues. That one hops to the right side of home dish.
Give Mooney's bats credit in that 3rd inning. after the first two guys got out, they were able to put that little rally together. And one of the outs was they actually had one on with one out, but then the caught stealing, went 2 outs, nobody on, and they were still able to bring up another 5 or 6 batters and put that run across the plate and left them loaded again.
Cook calls time. Looked like he might have got a little bit of dust up in his visuals.
1 hour and 15 minutes so far on this one, only in the 3rd inning.
He'll send this one sky high out to center field. Caden Reese adjusts and makes the play.
Kind of over into the shade now. He's wearing the glasses.
And for Perkins, they've hit some deep shots so far, just not with any juice or inertia.
No.
Everything's been popped up.
Yeah, Walton hit it pretty good there in that 2nd inning. And that one's hit pretty well.
This time it will get in there. A hop in front of the right fielder, and we've got a 1-out single for Sam Schweinfurth.
Sam bats .311 on the season. And he singled in that 4-run 1st inning. So see if the Pirates can get a little 1-out rally going here.
Schweinfurth looking to produce the 3rd hit of the game here for Perkins.
Sam's dad, Matt, an integral part as a volunteer of that Perkins Athletic Boosters. You always see him when you go to Perkins.
Out to right field, similar spot that Cash Cook just got aboard with.
Yeah, they had him played pretty well. Getting up on his horse was Johnny Brenner, and he was able to run it down in right center for out number 2. Now here's a guy, I wonder if Braxton Martin took some first aid in that he had got pelted with balls in that top half of inning number 3, now comes to the plate, and I know he'd like to answer offensively after an error in that 3rd inning.
Head first dive back over into the first bag for Cash Cook.
Braxton, he's a tough out, doesn't strike out a lot. In most fields, he has home run power. Certainly, this one would require a big jolt.
And he takes a little jolt.
Yeah.
With about a 60-mile-per-hour pitch off of his left shoulder. It gets runners now on 1st and 2nd with 2 down.
All right, he's been hit on his left leg by a line drive. He took a bad hop into the right shoulder defensively, and now here it takes one on the left shoulder. Going to be black and blue.
2 walks and a hit by pitch now for Oddis from the bump, who starts Burnett off outside portion for strike 1.
Quentin hit it on the ground to the shortstop, and the shortstop booted it there for one of their 3 errors, driving in a run in the Pirate 4-run 1st.
Way out in front of the latest junk from Oddis. He gets ahead 60 mile per hour on that one, Chris.
Yeah, that's you're used to facing at the regional level, and now they got it picked off.
Yeah, Cook dead to rights. Good looking move.
Bynett stands at home plate, and with the pickoff, that will end the inning. Bynett will lead off the next inning.
We've now got 3 in the books. The count remains Cardinals 7, Pirates 4. We'll welcome you back here to Akron in the 4th in just a minute. Cash Cook gives way now to Talon Walton, who will start off this 4th inning. Cash, 3 innings pitched, gave up 10 hits, 7 runs, 4 of them earned, walked 5, just 1 strikeout in 87 pitches. So now our player spotlight, Walton, will take over, and certainly you would, coming into the day, hope that Cash will be able to get you to the final day of the season. You'd be able to get Talon out there for a potential championship game. But TJ Blanton, at this point, trailing by 3, I think you got to make the move, Chris.
TJ's forgot more baseball than I've ever known, so I think he realizes that he's got enough pitching depth that it's important to put up a couple goose eggs here, as Cook just gave up runs in all 3 of those first innings. He needs to try and get them shut down here and let their bats operate, and then you'll have a Braxton Martin, I would assume, to pitch the state championship game if they can get there.
A couple of the pitching numbers, giving up just 16 hits so far, almost double-digit appearances, and a skimpy little ERA, just over 1. A lot of strikeouts, too. 42 of them so far for Talon.
In the district semifinal game at Willard, happened to see him throw the perfect inning. And I think I was texting you, Brian, that the first 14 pitches of the game were strikes. He struck out the first 4 batters on 12 pitches and went 0-2 on the 5th batter. And he has yet to give up a run in the tournament. He pitched a 8-0 shutout in the district semifinal and a 3-0 shutout in the regional semifinal.
Coming out throwing gas to Taco Veracco. Consecutive fastballs clocked in at 87 miles per hour and then eases up a bit.
A little adjustment here for Mooney is, they're going to see a little more speed here, and as he does all the time, gets ahead in the count. Veracco 1 for 1 officially, as he had a sacrifice in the second inning.
Couple RBI, but strikes out the second K of the afternoon for Perkins, and the first batter faced. Good stuff here to get the party started if you're a Pirates fan, and certainly for Talon Walton and his confidence.
Good start there for Walton. You're absolutely correct, and I know when Coach Blanton again thought about who to start here, he thought that this Mooney team was a good fastball hitting team, and so he thought the ability to spot the changeup and the curveball, Cook might have a better opportunity to avoid the big innings. Now it's Walton's job to keep him in the game and get the bats going.
Stacy Ford's 0 for 1, did walk. Now looking at a 1-1 count. Bottom of the order has done their job for the Cardinals today, but really everywhere has been pretty solid hitting-wise.
Really cool for these teams that qualify for state. I mean, it's a great area to have it, but you look out there in right center field, big scoreboard, kids pick, probably never be bigger in his life.
Yeah, you just hope that your haircut's on point that day.
Right.
As this is popped up a mile high, and the catch is made at second base.
Yeah, we've got a substitution with Walton moving to pitching now. Schweinfurt's moved from second to short, and Mason Suter has come in over at second. Usually when Talon starts on the mound, Mason is your second baseman. Martin remains at third, Burnett still at first base.
Satter with his first put out. First pitch strike goes into color, the 9-hitter.
Again, last inning, that was a 2-out rally to get him 1.
Walton working quickly. Back on the rubber, kick steals, and this is slashed straight back. Be a 1-2 count.
Collar bats in the 9th hole. So if Collar can find a way to get on base and bring the leadoff hitter Caden Reese up, he would be up 4 times in 4 innings if somehow he can find a way to get on base.
It's 1 for 2 this far with a strikeout. Look like a changeup outside.
I don't know if you could have asked for a better morning for baseball here, Brian.
79 and sunny, clear blue skies overhead at 717 Credit Union Park. And now the second strikeout for Talon Walton sets him down in order for the first time today. Pirates, bats in hand when we come back.
MVU Online was really the perfect fit for me.
The coursework is separated into 6-week classes, and you know when everything is going to be due on day 1.
I can do my schoolwork in the evenings or even just pull it up on my phone when I'm in between tasks.
My degree from MVU Online not only gave me the qualifications I needed, but more importantly, the confidence I was looking for.
My only regret is that I didn't learn MVU Online sooner.
Tournament baseball live and free on the OH Report if you're checking in on the Audiocast right now. Delayed broadcast still to come today. And a lot of offense we suspect as well. It's 7-4 the count. Bottom 4. And Quentin Bennett, who ended the third up at the dish, continues here with ball 1. And from a tricky Ben Oddis that we're still trying to figure out exactly what's in his repertoire.
Yeah, exactly. Starting to get more command of the strike zone, though, which he really struggled with in that 4-run first. But, you know, has found the plate now and making Perkins at least hit the ball to the fielders. Give him a lot of credit. Bynett was up when Cook was picked off a second base and in that rundown to end the 3rd inning.
Dante Ship on deck. 2 straight, a little bit up in the zone. And for Bennett, almost a relief because it seems like he's not quite sure what to do with these pitches in high 50s and lower 60s. And 3 straight will land him over on first with a walk.
Good at bat there to work that count after falling behind 1 and 2. And again, this is that part of the order that that played really well, and they're going to use the runner. I believe that's Obergefell, who's coming out there to pinch run. Ty.
Yeah, they do put the sophomore rather over on first base. Spell out Quentin.
Ty's dad, like Bryce Davies' dad, was a past Perkins basketball coach under Scott McVeigh. Tim, also a teacher at Perkins.
Ball one here to Dante Ship. Ship 0 for 1 thus far.
Boy, as far back as that third baseman's playing, and the speed Ship's got, if he could lay it anywhere down that third base line, he'd find himself at first.
Righty holds up. Pretty similar spot as the last one.
Yep.
Shade outside for ball 2.
So again, second time through the lineup here. Davey, who'll be coming up in 2 batters, it would be the third time through the lineup. They're starting to, see his release a little bit more, and maybe they'll get zoned in here. Still only just 2 hits, basically through the first 16 batters.
Ship pops that one again up over the netting. And a little wry smile from our camera lady, who slight PTSD from a few tournament games where she's had to duck, dodge, and dive.
I was thinking she was going to jump out in front of the field monitor and make sure that the equipment was safe, put her body in danger.
If it comes to that, I look forward to seeing what Jory's decision-making is. Fight or flight. 2-2. And nearly hits Ship. It escapes away from the catcher, has to come all the way to the wall to claim it.
I'm not sure actually how he got out of the way of that one. But, on the pass ball, Obergefell, the runner, goes down to second base. So another 3-2 count. Could we be seeing a repeat of that first inning with Oddis?
Payoff pitch coming. Ship, high bouncer. They'll hold the runner at second. He's so fast, he's in safe.
Well, and I think the initial call was out. He lifted one hand up for out and then quickly went safe. Ship's got great wheels. I don't see anybody, Coach Reese or any of his staff down that first base dugout questioning the play. And wisely, Obergefell, he was started, but the ball was hit in front of him. He got back to second base because I think he thought maybe they would try and tag him there, and that'd be the easier out. Infield single.
Third hit today for the Pirates offense. In business, 2 aboard, no outs. And a bunt laid down right in between the first baseman and pitcher to load him up.
Well, and I'm not sure what the starting pitcher, Ben Oddis, was doing there. That was his ball to field. And I think he thought the first baseman, Ford Stacy, was going to take it, and the Pirates have him loaded with nobody out now here in the bottom half of inning number 4. And back around to the top of the order, Brian. It's got to be a single. I mean, nobody touched it, but certainly.
That's what they're doing up here on the big board. 4 hits now for Perkins. To liken that play to a football reference, it felt just like the tackling angle in pursuit was a bit off there for Oddis coming off of the bump.
It sure did. Now you'll see a mound visit. It's back out in that right field bullpen. We've got another pitcher warming. I can't see a number down there, but they had somebody warming in the first inning. But great opportunity, tying runs on the base for the Pirates here. Nobody out. And top of the order. I mean, these are the guys you want up.
One more look at that last bunt. It's a beauty from Grant Parker. Squeezes it. The only spot I think that it really could have worked out.
Well, and the best thing about that bunt is it kind of made 2 defenders. It wasn't hit where it was obvious for one defender to take it. I mean, the pitcher was the closest one to it, but I think the pitcher thought first baseman's getting it. I think the first baseman thought the pitcher's getting it. So placed absolutely perfectly. Good speed on the bases out there for the Pirates right now, and good speed coming up to the plate with Davey and Walton due up.
Still nobody out after the mound visit. Ben Oddis regains the hill. First pitch, Davey swinging, and it's a hot shot. Knocked down. Everybody's safe, and the Pirates get one on the board.
Well, and the first baseman there, Ford Stacy, if he fields that, he's coming home. They're going to get the lead runner. But again, it was playing in, was hit so hard, the reaction time to a shot like that. And it looks like they have given him a single.
Yeah, I think that's the correct call.
Yeah.
Even on our replay, slowed down at 50% speed, it gets there instantaneously. Well-struck ball. And it's an RBI infield hit for Bryce Davey.
Getting closer. Getting closer. That one fouled up. You'll see once we go to the taped coverage that Jory feels like Braxton Martin down at third base. He's getting peppered with balls up here.
Another lunging play not made. This time Andrew Bushy. And two Pirates come home. Maybe a third Davey. He's taking off for home. It's bobbled. He still hasn't touched home. Now he's called safe. Boy, a lot to unpack here, Chris.
Well, it's a comedy of errors right now. That ball hit, and I think the shortstop, Andrew Bushy, it's that tweener. I mean, literally, it hits right at his ankles. If he takes one step forward, he probably catches it on the fly and maybe doubles up Davey, but it was such a tough hop. They're going to give an error, not on that. That should be a hit. And I think the error will come on the overthrow of third. That drove 2 runs in, and then they threw the ball to third. It gets past the third baseman. Davey races home, and I think Davey's going to be out at home. But the catcher, who was the pitcher covering, drops the ball. And that just had feeling like a multi-error play. Should be one error on the overthrow of third, and the pitcher not catching the ball when he had Davey. Davey was going to be out. Not catching the ball what should have been the second error. But right now, the defense letting down Cardinal Mooney, and it's going to be the end to Ben Oddis's day. Let's see if we can get the number of the new pitcher. And Pirates still nobody out. 4 runs across here.
And Otis's day done. 3 innings pitched. 5 earned runs. 3 walks. And a pitch count over 60 as the new body out on the bump, Jacob Gugliotta. The senior will step in, one of just a few seniors on the roster.
Googs.
We'll just call him Googs.
Tom Gugliotta used to play and played for the Washington Bulls to the NBA. His nickname was Goog, so I wonder if they call him Googs.
It'll be his 9th appearance, and how about this ERA? 0.91 in 15 innings of work. Just give it up 2 earned runs, 14 Ks over that span, and 12 hits.
That was 0.1 better than Otis then, who was 0.92.
And let's just unpack this last play one more time, Chris, for those on the Audiocast. Would have been an amazing play.
Yeah.
He makes that catch, at least a double play.
There's the first error, as you see the throw bouncing into third.
And then TJ says, run, baby,
Keep
run.
running, and you can see the throw there in time, but Otis can't catch it. They might have thought Davey missed home plate, and so they looked at the tag, but he had tagged it. The umpire emphatically said safe.
And I think I am with our camera lady, Jory. We're going to play this one more time just because we have the time. I'm going to put it at 100% speed. I don't think Bryce Davey ever touches home plate. I'm going to slow it down as best I can here, Chris.
All right.
What say you? No. Nowhere
sure
near.
Doesn't look like he touched it there. Did he win the race back? Hard to say. But yeah, he certainly on his initial trip to home plate when the ball was bobbled and the pitcher covering was in the base path, he tried to go around the pitcher and missed home plate. It's whether or not. Oh, what great play here.
Nobody covering the first base bag, and the Pirates add another
suicide squeeze with Carter Cook. I mean, how often do you see your catcher batting in the 3-hole suicide squeeze and bring in Talon Walton? And to your point, you got some new guys out there playing different positions right now. Oddis now, I believe, is over at first base. Ford Stacy, who was there, is no longer there. So, again, nobody covered first. The pitcher came off the mound, Gugliotta, and got it, but nobody at first.
Now we're going to have runners on the corners. Actually, second and third after the throw. Cook called himself safe, but he's listed as out.
That will be the first out of the inning. Another bang-bang play. It hasn't been made easy for these umpires today. Of course, we'll say that quietly as they're in the suite to our left.
So here it is, a good piece of hitting right in between first and second. Baby Bro takes into third. The throw's not there, but then here's the play in question. Doesn't look like we got it.
Now they've got in a pickoff coming down the line.
Oh, and he's out.
Well, and I think T.J. Blanton had called back-to-back squeeze plays there, and the batter, Schweinfurt, did pick it up. And with that, getting caught in the rundown there was Carter Cook. So 2 outs now, nobody on. Pirates with a 5 spot, though.
What a change of fortunes for Perkins, where it looked like they were about to have second and third. Heart of the order coming up.
Well, I think that tells you how confident TJ is in Talon Walton. He figures we got a 9-7 lead. You get me one more run with my ace on the mound, and was trying to execute the squeeze play there, but the sign just didn't get to him. And they get caught in a rundown for out number 2.
2-1 on Schweinfurt. This heads into foul grounds. Big inning right now for the Pirates. Looked like it was about to balloon out of control with the new pitcher.
Well, we said look
coming
up
on.
Yeah, we said, Brian, look up on the scoreboard. Four runs and 2 hits at one point. Now it's 9 runs and 8 hits.
Gugliotta outside, can't get Sam to chase. So the count loaded. Base is empty. And now we've got one on first. Sam works a walk.
Going to bring Braxton Martin back to the plate as the Pirates have hit around here in the bottom half of inning number 4.
Martin 0 for 1, but drives this one deep into the right field corner. Schweinfurt stepping on 3, going to turn and head home. And that is going to be an RBI double. 10 runs now in the game for Perkins.
Braxton put a charge into that one right center field. And the right fielder got up on his horse. Big strider out there, Johnny Brenner, but he was not able to get it. And the Pirates, 6-run, 4th inning.
Updating all these graphics for you on the Audiocast has been a chore here. Just a great piece of hitting, like you said. A charge. That's exactly what it felt like. Well struck all the way back to the wall. And Brenner, who does have some pretty nice supreme speed, can't get to it.
Well, I give the Martin a lot of credit there because as Schweinfurt, he probably could have taken third, but he didn't want to risk getting thrown out at third and maybe being out before Sam touches home. He knew Sam was going to score, and so he said, I'm just going to stop here at second, let Sam score, instead of maybe getting thrown out at third and losing that run on a bang-bang play.
He's going to take off for third, slides in, called out. The inning comes to a close. Perkins makes a lot of noise. How about a 6 spot on the board for the Pirates? They lead by 3. We'll see you back here for the 5th. Now with a 10-7 lead, the Pirates and their ace, Talon Walton, on the bump, taking over a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th, and with a skimpy pinch count as well, Chris, and you just got off the phone with our own Big League Berardi, and it seems like maybe some strategery at play here for TJ Blanton.
Yeah, if he could get through this inning here, keep that pitch count below 30, would he go then to a Braxton Martin at third base for the final 2 innings? Or will he leave him out there and knowing that Mooney can hit? But I think it's a great call by Travis. Be very interesting to see how they get through this inning.
First pitch swung on and an excellent throw just in time to get Caden Reese.
Well, and it's this is a beginning here where they're down to their final 9 outs, and it's 1-2-3 in the order. Reese has been able to get on base a couple times, and give Martin credit for staying with that one. He's been a punching bag down there at third base with balls getting hit at him, and he stayed with that one, made the good throw across to Quinton, and got the out.
Andrew Bushy, 2 for 2 thus far today. Been super productive. Walked in the first inning, a triple and a single.
Yeah, he got 2/3 or 2/4 of the cycle, half of it. Needs a double and a homer.
Lefty cracks this one straight back, and that's off the upper deck here. 1-1.
That was really close to taking out the OHSAA booth over there. You see Doug Oot over there watching the game. Great off-speed pitch. Walton has got Andrew Bushy backing out, shaking his head.
Walton deals, lifted, center field. Davies there for the grab.
So I want to say that's 5 pitches here in the inning, so still well under the limit. And the 3-hitter coming up next.
It's gotten the top 2 men in the order in sequence. And with 2 down, Johnny Brenner will get his opportunity. 1 for 2 so far on this early morning session, almost the afternoon.
They have moved Parker significantly back in right field. I think you start to see your defense play a little differently now with a lead getting into these later innings now. You start to say, it's okay if a ball falls in front of me and we give a single. I don't want those doubles and triples in this big park, so you play your outfield a little deeper.
Two pitches out of the zone and not chased by Brenner.
I was going to say Perkins, the confidence level they look like they're playing with now, knowing that they've got to Walton, they just look on their feet, on their toes. And they were really back on their toes in those first 3 innings.
I think hanging a 6 on the board offensively as well, coming fresh off of that. It's going to bring a little bit of electricity. Certainly there was a big charge in that fastball blown by Brenner. 84 officially clocked here inside the stadium. It's 2-2 and a chance to set him down in order yet again. Walton. Off speed, barely missed.
So I think this would end up probably being his last batter here. That pitch count's got to be up now into the high 20s. And, boy, you're at the meat of the order right now, 4, 5, 6. 2 outs, though. If you can get Oddis out, he's reached base all 3 times today.
Had the big single in the first inning. Drove in a couple of runs.
I think that last at bat has secured maybe the fact that Walton is going to go the distance here now and try to get the win for the Pirates.
How about that? Good looking pitch if you're watching on the video broadcast. Oddis was just twisting and turning in his own shoes. Low throw, Bennett able to collect it, put the tag on Brenner late.
Now Perkins, they sit back here in the driver's seat. They could start to be aggressive on the base path. You'd think with only 7 more outs that Cardinal Mooney probably less likely to run at this point.
This one a mile high. Walton calling for it. Pushes the runner down. What are we going to get here?
They're going to call the batter out for interfering with Talon Walton. And that's going to bring Eddie Reese out. Right now, the home plate umpire talking with catcher Carter Cook. The shortstop umpire asking the Cardinal Mooney staff, coaching staff, to get off the field, and they will come together and huddle on this one. I did see, if you watch the replay, you can see Talon Walton say, "Where is it?" He'd kind of lost the ball, and I think he was going to give way to Bynett if he wasn't hit. He's kind of putting his hands up like, "Where is it?"
Certainly gives Oddis a shove, but he's in his way as well, so they'll put the inning behind him, the top half of the 5th, as we will stay here for your 5th inning stretch. Presented by Perkins Athletic Booster Club, who supports student athletes at Perkins through sponsorships, volunteer work, promotions. You can check out their website or their Facebook page. It's both listed in the description below. Kind of a wild plague. We've had multiple of them here in this Division 4 semifinal, and I think that if you are Eddie Reese, you're wanting a little bit better explanation, perhaps he's probably getting right here, because we have the benefit of replay, and we'll show it one more time for you folks at home. This is certainly a shove to the ground by Talon Walton.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know if the batter knew Walton was coming there. They certainly collided, and I wish I knew the rule. We've got the umpires right next to us here, but I think what the umpire is saying is that play happened in foul ground. Walton was in foul ground. That ball was, I don't know if you could say it hit foul, and I don't know the rule, but do you have to give way to a fielder who's trying to field a foul ball? Base runner stayed in the base path between the chalk and the little 3 feet area they give you, but it's not going to change things, as Coach Reese is going to argue this all he wants, but his defense is out there right now in the field. They've made that call official.
Bring up the box score for you guys here, and this is how it's looked. It was 3-3 tied. the Pirates had 4. This got a little bit jumbled. I'm not sure what the -1 is here either. It was 4-3. Perkins had the lead before 3 runs were put on the board in the top half of the second by Mooney. They extend by 1 more, and it felt like, okay, you really need Perkins to figure something out. And they drop most of those 6 runs with no outs, and we're really threatening too, Chris. They could have had second and third with just 1 out, but a couple of not so wise decisions out on the base pass, some miscommunication, and got them to the point where it's still a 3-run advantage for Perkins, but they kind of could have blown the lid off this thing in the 4th.
Yeah, they could have. They gave up an out to score a run on the squeeze. They tried to give up another out to score a run on the squeeze. Didn't. Had a runner caught on a rundown. But I think for 9 hits, they've gotten pretty much out of it. If I look here, I don't know how many runners Mooney's left on base, but I'd have to bet you it's a lot. Did we see where pitch count was for Walton? Is he over 29 now? I think he would be.
According to the OHSAA, they had him officially listed at 23 pitches, but they've been a little behind
I would think
with
they're
some
a
of their
little
updates here. As we'll put the 5th inning stretch behind us.
Yeah, he went 6 pitches with the third batter, Johnny Brenner, there in that inning. Quitting officially 0 for 1, reached on the shortstop Andrew Bushy's error, and then walked in the 3rd.
Swinging at the first pitch, it's a dribbler to short. Bennett is going to be off the board via an error for the 2nd time today. That throw well overhead, and it ends up in the bleacher, so he'll actually trot over to second.
Yeah, Bennett now with nobody out. They cannot pinch run for him again. If they would not be able to bring him back in the field. So I think with nobody out, they'll leave Bennett out there. And having the lead, they want their best defensive first baseman out there. Obergefell ran for Bennett in the last inning. And Ship was a big part of that last inning. He hit that infield single last inning. Beat it out.
That's flare, just a little bit foul.
It'd be interesting. Dante, just such a phenomenal athlete. When you watch him play football for Perkins next year, they're going to have a package for him that will look incredible. He'll play mostly wide receiver, but they'll line him up in the backfield. They'll put him in quarterback and have a spot where he can run the football. Just really a multi-faceted player on the football field.
Really cool to see all these crossover athletes that the Pirates have out here. Talked about how great they've been at football. Just Final Four appearance in hoops a few months back, and back on the big stage in baseball, trying to get back to the state championship. But a strikeout in the first registered for Gugliana.
Yeah, Ship caught looking there on the fastball on the outside corner. Parker 1 for 2, and then back over to the top of the order, which is done well. Looks like the Pirates have somebody warming up in the bullpen now.
Check swing popped up. Back over here into the bleachers. Parker with that .364 average to start the day. Singled in his last at bat.
Pretty nice when you can have a 9-hole hitter who bats over 300.
Both teams can boast that here today as he reaches for this one. It's a one-hopper into the mid of Veraco, who gets him at first, and with the base runner at second, Bennett not confident about his speed. He stays.
Good job by Taco there to look back Bennett at second and throw to third. And good job by Bennett. He kind of faked after the ball was thrown. He faked like he was going to third, and Oddis almost came off the bag early at first base as he thought maybe he would have to make a play on Bennett, but stayed on just in time for the out.
It's now 2 away. Davey rips the one just in the foul grounds beyond the first base bag.
Officially 1 for 2. He's had some good at-bats. The last at-bat against Oddis, I think he fouled off 3 or 4. That was when we had mentioned the sweet level getting bombarded with his foul balls, but he's seen a lot of pitches today.
Stands back in. Gugliotta gets his pitch. And he'll send back over towards second. It looked like it hit Bennett in the middle of the back.
Well, and that was going to be a bang-bang play. May have caught Bennett cheating there. But again, the mitt never got to the ball because I think the helmet got there first.
Hit him somewhere, of course. Ducks his head down. Takes a deep breath. Davey again. Squares this one up into right field. Long run, and it gets beyond.
Watch Davey's wheels here.
Bennett comes in to score, and it's a stand-up triple.
How about that from your leadoff hitter, showing some power as he chased Johnny Brenner all the way to the wall. And that could be a big, big insurance run here for the Pirates.
Especially with Bennett out on the base pass, able to come home all the way from second. Absolutely blistered. It looked like Brenner might have an opportunity to get to it, but for the second time today, he's just a shade behind. Bennett in to score, and now you lead by 4 in the Speedy Davey over on third.
And a pitching change, as that's going to be it for Gugliotta. Jacob, it looks like coming on in relief is going to be your shortstop, Andrew Bushy. And Taco Veraco will move to short. And didn't see who moved to third.
Bushy's pitched 10 innings so far, only given up 1 hit. As you talked about a couple times during the broadcast, each of these rosters have a lot of dudes you can turn to if you need to pitch an inning or two, and certainly Bushy, the junior, one of those. It'll be his 7th appearance so far on the year. 13 strikeouts to go along with that 1 hit that he's issued, but 6 walks.
Well, and I think he's coming into the mound thinking to himself, I kind of started this inning. It was his overthrow that ends up scoring that run here on a ground ball to shortstop. Bush routine throw to first and airmailed, putting Bennett down on second base. So an unearned run. And now the runner on third is Davey after that triple into the gap. Pretty cool picture there on the right center field scoreboard when they showed Sandusky. They just had a nice aerial view of Cedar Point.
One of the most well-known landmarks, of course, in the Buckeye State.
Coach Blanton talking with the home plate umpire. Not sure what they're talking about. Now several more Mooney players head out to the bullpen as they're on their third pitcher. If they come back from this, they may have to throw somebody who hasn't has a lot of experience. I didn't see how many pitches Google threw there. I'm assuming maybe they brought him out to keep him under that 30. But boy, big run on the base there if the Pirates can pick it up, and this is the guy you want, your Division IV Player of the Year in state of Ohio, Talon Walton.
He's on the bump now, potentially moving forward. I'm told officially 26 pitches for him so far today.
Walton swings through that one.
Slow clap going throughout.
Yeah. That one bounced in there, waiting on deck anxiously. Carter Cook.
Touches that one just enough to even up the count at 2-2 with 2 down.
I can't say I've seen an official line like the one I'm looking at out there on the scoreboard. 7 runs, 10 hits, 5 errors for Mooney. 11 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for the Pirates. Been a lot of hitting, a lot of runs scored, and a lot of misplayed balls in the field for both teams.
Yes.
Which I'm sure goes to the nerve factor.
Oh, that one hits Walton.
Yeah.
Off the 3-2. It'll put their 2 fastest runners pretty much out there on the corners.
And you would think he's got the freedom to get off and running here. Carter 1 for 2. Single his last time up.
Walton's going to take off. The hit and run is placed to perfection. Makes its way into the outfield. Walton the head first dive into third.
So I'm watching that play, and you're going to see it here on replay eventually when you watch this on tape delay. But when you have a right-handed batter, your second baseman is the guy who covers on a steal. And you saw late the second baseman covered, but the shortstop, Taco Veraco, went to cover second, and they hit it where he was standing.
Be coming up here in a moment. This is what Chris is talking about.
The second baseman was already at the bag. Again, with a right-handed hitter up, most teams have that second baseman cover.
It's going to be one pitch to Cash Cook. Catch made in right field by Brenner for the final out. Pirates strike again. They hang 2 more on the board. 5-run lead for them heading into the championship innings. Cardinal Mooney down to their last 6 outs. Ace Talon Walton now serving the bump duties for the Pirates, who lead it by 5, 12-7. 2 more runs for them in the 5th after a 6-run 4th inning. It has been back and forth. Plenty of runs early on in the contest, a lot of them by Mooney, but they've cooled off since Walton has checked into the game. A couple of goose eggs, Chris, and certainly they are in the driver's seat to try to get back to the state championship, leading 12-7 here in the top of the 6th.
Well, and if you're Pirate fans, you're in good position here. I think it's maybe 5, 6, 7 in the order. And certainly with Walton out there, you may not, you know, if you don't have to face Johnny Brenner and Ben Oddis again, you know, behind the plate, you get a couple quick outs here, and you won't have to face him again.
Vince Gentile looks at strike 1. Hitting in the 6th spot today.
But Talon just so efficient throwing strikes. And to my point, 0-2 now. 2 off-speed pitches.
Last one clocked at 72 miles per hour. Might reach back for a heater here. It's a rip back into the net.
All speed pitches for Talon were 72 and 73. The fastball clocked at 86.
And what's your thoughts on the 26 pitches coming into this inning, keeping Talon Walton out there as this is burned by and a strikeout? Obviously, you love to have him on the mound, but you could have had him tomorrow.
Well, I think it just shows you a lot of respect for the Mooney offense. That they can score in bunches. I mean, they've had 2 3-run innings, and you want to play for a state champion. You want to win a state championship, but you have to play for one. And
that's a great point.
Leaving Walton out there gives you the best opportunity, and it shows you also that they have a belief in Braxton, who I'm sure will get that start. And another one of their pitchers, I'll find his name here, Josh Cummings. So, you know, will be turned over to them more than likely for that state final game. And no offense to either team playing in the next state semifinal. We talked about it in our open here, is that this is the de facto state championship game, according to a lot of people. And I think we both felt that also.
Bishop Fenwick and Fairfield Union is the other Division 4 game. That'll be going down next. Solid records for both, 24-6 and 22-8. However, each of these teams, a pedigree building up to this moment, and the Pirates certainly, I think they were the state championship favorite heading into 2026.
I agree. Coming off that loss in the finals.
This is belted up the middle. It'll dribble through, and Ryan Reese gets aboard with 1 down.
Allen put his glove behind his back and almost came up with the pick on the single. It ended up getting past him. And so a little 1-out base runner here for Cardinal Mooney for our favorite player name of the game, Taco Veraco.
It is an NIL dream.
Yes.
To have this kid playing in your community. So there is the hit from Reese. And Taco steps up. He's 1 for 2, a single.
Look at those shoes, Brian, that Taco's wearing. They've got some bling on them. The gold Mooney color. But as the sun hits them, they certainly have some bling.
I wonder if that's a custom bedazzled job.
Custom shoe?
You
I
probably,
bet you it was.
You can't buy them like that.
No.
If your name's Taco, yeah, boy, you light it up. Chops this one foul. Almost a one-handed snag by Eddie Reese on the third base side.
Well, the Pirates now 5 outs away from a chance to play in back-to-back state championships. And, you know, we talked a little bit in one of our earlier broadcasts about Tiffin Calvert getting down here, and not being able to come up with the big win. But I think after this pitch, I'll finish that thought. outside there. You just run into a team hot. I know that this is the de facto state championship game, but Delphus St. John's was hot at the right time when they knocked off Calvert. Either one of these teams they play, if they get hot, they have the ability to take out either Mooney or Perkins.
2-2, hit a ton, but it slices into foul grounds.
Ship will be able to head back as that reaches the automotive party deck.
And we do got a nice close-up now
Yes.
of the bedazzled cleats. Good look here for Taco.
I think Lily Veraco, his little sister, I don't know if he has a sister named Lily, but she's looking for the bling that was on her wristband. They're gone. Taco has put them on shoes.
But they won't be put out onto the base path. Swings through, and another strikeout for Talon Walton.
And now you'll get the 8-hitter here. If Walton is able to get him out, you'll go 9-1-2. And we're sitting here, they have a 5-run lead. Perkins still, as the home team, still has 2 more plate appearances.
They do.
If for some reason Mooney were able to get back into this one. And I think we said in the early going, in the 3rd inning when it was 7-4, Mooney needed to add a few more runs. 7 runs was not going to win it. 19 runs, 22 hits, 8 errors combined with these two teams here today.
Updating the audio cast for you guys. There are so many places on our project to have all the numbers in the box score. I apologize. I was doing the wrong ones until just now, but we should be up to speed the rest of the way, and just 3 more outs is all the Cardinal Mooney has to their name. The Pirates will try to add to their lead. We've got bottom 6 on the way from Akron. State Final Four coverage from Akron, presented free to fans. Thanks to the Perkins Athletic Booster Club. You can support the student athletes at Perkins through sponsorships, volunteer work, and promotions. Check out their website or the Facebook page, the description down below in the link. And shout out to Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Get your education online. Watch the commercials, folks. They've got links down in the description as well that explain exactly how you can build your career that actually matters. See what's possible at the link down below.
Mount Vernon Naz has got it going on. You see them a lot more down in the Mansfield, Lexington area because they're just a trip up 75 there. But a couple local athletes from the SBC have signed to play at Naz next year. One a volleyball player, Coach Angie Kalashevsky's daughter, who incidentally set a state record this year with 14 RBIs in a game. And back-to-back in the same inning, she had 2 grand slams in a 29-2 victory over the Fighting Big Red of Plymouth.
Very cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. 14 setting the record by 12 RBIs was the last.
Off the 0-2, Sam Schweinfurth chugging along down the first base side. The throw bounces over the glove at first base of Ford Stacy, and in there safe at second.
Yeah, and that's actually Ford Stacy now who's at third base. He was at first, but when they made the pitching change, you've got guys in all different positions. Now, Taco Bracco, who started at third, went to short when Bushy came in to pitch.
Yeah, I got to make some adjustments here on my sheet.
Stacy went to third. Otis is now your starting pitcher, is now your first baseman. The only guy who stayed in the same position out there actually is your second baseman, Ryan Reese. But first, short, and third, all different positions.
This one nubbed and safe. The speed on the first base line for Braxton Martin.
Yeah, Braxton, he has got some wheels. Another one of those three-sport athletes. He was a podium guy in wrestling this year. First team all SBC Lake Division performer there at third. And part of that Pirate football team. Yeah, gorgeous. Perkins has played small ball very well today, other than that missed sign on the suicide squeeze. I think Martin's waiting to take off here.
Six charged errors today is what is going against the Cardinals.
Well, I'm a little surprised. You know, I gave you that stat about batting averages going up. Now Veracco, the middle of the infield was playing back that pitch. Now they're coming in at the edge of the grass, as it looked like they would come home if it was hit to the corner. Now they'll come in all the way around.
Quentin Burnett stripes one well, but it's off the netting in right field.
It was almost like a self-defense swing there, Brian. It was tailing in on him inside, and he fought it off.
He's now down 0-2. He's 0 for 2 at the plate today. Has reached twice via errors on the shortstop.
Yeah, Andrew Bushy did not like when he was up to the plate. He hit it twice at him, and Bushy errors on both plays.
Bushy almost threw that one away with a wild pitch. Todd Jones protecting. Knocked it down. So the at-bat continues. Runners on second and third for Quentin. And Burnett again fights this one off.
He did. He threw that bat up in self-defense again, and it goes right to the first baseman, Otis, on a line. Both base runners heady enough to not venture too far off the base. And Dante Ship up now. Ship's certainly a guy to bunt. You could see a suicide squeeze here.
Ship well out in front of that first swing. He's got Schweinfurth on third. Braxton Martin right behind him on second. Just one away here in this bottom half of the sixth. And a curveball catches the outside portion of the plate. Oh, 2. Ship ducks out of the way.
Officially 1 for 3. Caught looking on that fastball on the outside corner last at bat.
Inside outs it into foul grounds on the first base side. Grant Parker due up next here in the 9th spot.
Not being from this area, I'm sure Coach Reese obviously thrilled to get over the hump with that regional team. I sit here and wonder about Perkins, the success they've had, not just this year, I mean this senior class, a ton of success, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to pick a school their size around the state of Ohio and look at their coaches, the head coaches of their boys' teams. I mean, you talk about Jalen Santoro, you know, who was an incredible player for Bellevue, now the head coach of the football team. has taken that school to a couple state championship games. First-year coach who played Division II basketball and made a name for himself in Ohio high school basketball over in that Elida area, takes the team to the state championship game in his first year. And then here you've got, a T.J. Blanton. He's a Sandusky St. Mary's graduate, played against Perkins a lot, 4-year starter in center field at Bowling Green State University, a .350 hitter. I mean, you've got some coaches here with some great resume. Perkins.
Here's Ship straight ahead. Bushy able to make the play on the mound, and he lobs it to the catcher. Gets Schweinfurth out, dead to rights at the plate.
Yeah, that was kind of Sam kind of caught in no man's land there. He was basically running on contact, and it was just hit right back at the pitcher. Still a close play. I think it sets up, you're going to go back to basically the same thing. Ship probably will be off and running here. The only good thing now with that force out is that Mooney able to move the infield back and won't have to play up. Ship with a good lead over there.
He takes off. The throw is full second behind.
Well, and surprisingly, they did throw down there.
He and Martin now on second and third. And Grant Parker at the 9 spot. Davey waiting on deck.
Grant 1 for 3, a couple bounce outs to third base and a single.
Leaves that one alone upstairs. Bushy in danger of loading up the bags. 3-0 count.
I want to say, I think Bryce Davies batted twice in this game already with the bases loaded, even being the leadoff hitter. I know in that 6-run inning, he batted with the bases loaded one time.
The amount of offense has been really a treat to watch. That's a good way to get a 10 a.m. game started, is 24 total hits today. The 3-2 got him. So out of trouble for the Cardinals. But big picture, they're in a lot of hot water. 3 more outs. Perkins trying to get back to the state championship game. We'll find out if they can do it right after this.
MVU Online was really the perfect fit for me.
The coursework is separated into 6-week classes, and you know when everything is going to be due on day 1.
I can do my schoolwork in the evenings or even just pull it up on my phone when I'm in between tasks.
My degree from MVU Online not only gave me the qualifications I needed, but more importantly, the confidence I was looking for.
My only regret is that I didn't look at MVU Online sooner.
State Final Four baseball from sunny Akron, Credit Union Park. The venue here today, a familiar place now for the Perkins Pirates. Most of these players, their third game here at the ballpark over the last couple of seasons and trying to make it a fourth as we have reached the top of the 7th. They lead 5, and they've got their ace, Talon Walton, on the hill, fresh off of 3 straight Scoreless innings. Can't ask for much more if you're a Pirate, Chris.
He's been really, really good. And, he's over that pitch count where he won't be available tomorrow, as the winner here will be right back tomorrow at 10 a.m. But he's been in complete control, and he's going to get to go through 9-1-2 here.
Starts Luke Collar off with the ball up around his collar. Drills this one, and it zips foul over into left field.
A lot of times, if you've got 1 or 2 run lead, you're pinching, you're given gaps in right center and left center because you're playing your outfielders closer to the line and your infielders be closer to the line. But with those couple insurance runs they got in the 5th inning, now they're able to kind of just play them normal spots. If something gets down the line, goes for a double, triple, they're not worried about it as much with this 5-run lead.
Walton in the lead now, 1-2. Trying to get out the number 9 hitter who's 1 for 3 today. A couple strikeouts. And misses a little outside.
Good take there from the batter, Collar. That one popped the mid of catcher Carter Cook.
Speed curveball down in the dirt. Check swing.
I was thinking there's no way that's going to be called a strike because we've had a bang play here. 2 or 3, and I think all 3 have gone Perkins' way. Having said that, I think they were all 3 the right calls, but they were not going to get the call.
Hitting that, Davey backtracking in center field, still going back near the track, but ends up with the ball in his mitt for the first out.
That might be the deep ball we've seen hit here. Comes from the 9-hitter, but the Pirates now just 2 outs away from returning to the state championship game tomorrow.
Good look adjustment out in center for the multi-year starter, Davey. As it's now Caden Reese trying to get a man aboard here, trailing by 5. Just 2 outs is all the Cardinals have left to play with. He's 1 for 4 at the top of the order.
He led off the game reaching base, but since then, Ben held off the base pass.
Had at bats in the first 3 innings. As you mentioned, the single to start things off, and then flew out to center, flew out to left. Hasn't been able to figure it out.
He was on deck, too, in the 4th inning to bat 4 times in 4 innings.
Taken on the fly, the throw over to first for the 2nd out. Braxton Martin over to Bennett. And potentially just 1 pitch away now for the Pirates.
I think Braxton happy to see those nice hops. Shows that accurate arm of his.
Andrew Bushy, who's on the mound now, will single this one up the middle, so the heartbeat continues.
A 3-hit day for Bushy. Nice thing is, though, you've got those extra runs. Now a guy like Johnny Brenner can't beat you with 1 swing of the bat. They still need to get 2 more guys on before the tying run would come to the plate. All this against Perkins' ace and with 2 outs. I think at the biggest point of the game, T.J. Blanton wants to make a mound visit, Brian, and make sure everybody's on the same page. I think that's probably a good visit.
Some at home might be saying you're up by 5. You only need 1 more out. Baby bit of momentum going on the opposite side. And you're starting to get to the batters, Brenner, Otis, and then Vince Gentile. Talk things out, get a game plan together. That's why they give you the mound visits.
Game 2 hours and 35 minutes old.
I know.
I want to say, I don't know, but when this stadium opened, I think it was called was before there was such a thing as naming rights. So I think what happened, it opened as Akron Rubber Duck Stadium, then became Canal Park, and now the 717 Credit Union Park.
Take your word for it, Chris.
All right.
Can't say that I pay a ton of attention to the minor league baseball.
I wonder if they call it the Cup at 717.
If they're not, they should.
Well, they did that in Miami when Pro Player Stadium, which was owned by the Miami Dolphins, called it 3P Park. Well, after the owner said, hey, you're not mentioning my company name, Pro Player, it all of a sudden became Pro Player Stadium.
This one sent to center field where Bryce Davis he's under, and the Pirates have done it again. Perkins is headed back to the state championship game, looking to get the first crown in program history. They take care of business 12-7 after a bit of a wild start, giving up 6 runs in the first 2 innings. They end up getting it done, Mr. Bleile.
Yeah, that's just the Pirate way. You know, they fall behind. They know they're so deep in hitting, so deep in pitching that if they fall behind, and it was to me when they came off of the field after the 1-run 3rd inning, I saw T.J. Blanton meet his team out and said before anybody goes in the dugout, they had a little team meeting, and wouldn't you know, the next inning they get 6 runs, and ever so die, the Pirates have returned to the Division IV state championship game.
We'll have live and free post-game coverage coming up. Chris and I will break down what we saw here today at the ballpark here at 717 Credit Union Park. We cannot do the live post-game interview, but we will post that later on. Get in your comments. Let us know who you would like to hear from the victorious Pirates as they get ready to move back into the championship game. As your coverage continues here for Akron, we'll be back in about 3 minutes.
After high school, kept hitting my head on that proverbial glass ceiling because I didn't have a degree.
I started working right away, and I really wanted to get into leadership, but I kept getting passed up because I didn't have the formal training they were looking for.
Through volunteering and substitute teaching, I discovered a real passion that I knew I wanted to pursue.
MVNU Online was really the perfect fit for me.
The coursework is separated into 6-week classes, and you know what everything is going to be due on day 1.
The MVNU online student portal is so easy. I can do my schoolwork in the evenings or even just pull it up on my phone when I'm in between tasks.
My degree from MVNU Online not only gave me the qualifications I needed, more importantly, the confidence I was looking for.
It almost seemed like opportunities were coming to me as opposed to me having to search for them. My only regret is that I didn't look at MVNU Online sooner.
It was really the final piece for my career to take off.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters, because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere, on your schedule. And it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This PH Report.
Your post-game show presented by the Perkins Athletic Boosters is back here to Akron with you folks. 5-run win here for the Perkins Pirates as they drop a dozen on the board, knocking out Cardinal Mooney, the number 2 ranked team in the state. Brian Skowronski, Chris Bleile here with you guys on the call. What a fun game this was, starting with a lot of energy. 7 runs in the first inning, Chris, and Mooney kept it going early on in the game. Talon Walton comes in and shuts it down. Pirates starting to find their life in that 4th inning, and it continues as the team that we all felt had an opportunity to win their first ever state championship. They'll have an opportunity tomorrow.
That's what great teams do. I mean, you don't let 1 or 2 slanted innings bring you down, and certainly they had every reason to be down on themselves, giving up 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. But as good teams do, they survive and advance, and they did more than that with that 6-run inning. Really took control of the game for them. And then when you can get to Talon Walton with a 5-run lead, there's not many teams in the state that have the firepower to get to him.
Forget about it.
Yeah,
when you got him out there, the senior who you said is looking to play college baseball, what more do you need to see if you're a coach for an Ohio school out there as you're checking out by the numbers? The box score 25 hits today. Cardinal Mooney with those 6 errors kind of end up being the difference because the Pirates had momentum, but they were well served by each of those errors. It felt like where it came at bad times for the Cardinals, and what great teams do, they capitalized, Chris, and they were able to kick in the door. The Pirates were with those.
At a point, it reminded me of Game 4 of the NBA Finals there for a minute, where San Antonio jumped out to the big lead, and then unlike San Antonio teams, they just started making some errors that they wouldn't normally make, quick shots in the shot clock, and it felt like that. It felt like the defense for Cardinal Mooney really let themselves down, as you said, with those errors. But in that 6-run inning, several of those runs were unearned. They had a lot of booted balls out there that could have led to outs. But again, give Perkins credit. We said key to them was not leaving guys on base, and they did a good job of getting the runners in that got on base.
They did strand 5, but 11 left on base for Youngstown Cardinal Mooney today, whose season comes to a close. Regional champions, first time in program history, 24 victories as well, and certainly a building block for Eddie Reese in this program. Most of the starting lineup juniors. A lot of the big hitters will be back next year for these Cardinals. So to put a quick bow on their season, it feels as though they're trending in the right direction. Could expect to see them back in Akron.
Yeah, they'll be back. There's no doubt about that. They play a good schedule. It prepares them to take on talent like the Perkins Pirates, and hopefully the Pirates can get over the hump this year. They weren't able to do it last year. They've had a couple 3-year run in football where they thought maybe they had a team that could do it, and then last year in basketball. Good news for them is Glenville is not going to be the team in the finals. They've struggled with Glenville on the football field and on the basketball court. But whoever they have to play, the winner of this next game, which will start late, Perkins is going to be your favorite.
No question about it. They're heading over to the community area. That's where we got to get down to, Chris, for the post-game interview. But we appreciate each and everybody that was out there watching today live and free on the Audiocast. We'll have the full video broadcast still to come. That'll be going up very soon. For Jory Hollenbeck, our camera lady, and Chris Bleile, working with me for the first time this spring. It was great to be back with you, partner.
Likewise.
I am Brian Skowronski, issuing one more thank you to the Perkins Athletic Booster Club. They'll be your sponsor again tomorrow for the championship game, along with Mount Vernon Nazarene. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. We'll have highlights, pictures coming up for the 2 championship games later today. But for now, for this afternoon, we out of here. Peace out, everybody. Yes.